Hi everyone, my name is Kunji Ikeda. The inception of Cloud Sway Dance Theater, or when did that company really get going? And it was when I recognized all the potential, the artistic, the personal, the spiritual, so many benefits that I was feeling in this style of work, of combining movement with theater and narrative. And so that was really the heart, is how can we share that with others, both through performance and in training, in order to make our lives a little better. Dance theater for me has so much to offer. I love story. I feel like stories and narratives are woven into who we are as a community, as a species. And as I started to study theater and acting, I wasn't very good. And it was through studying dance and understanding how emotions or ideas could live physically within me that my performances and my characters started to have a depth that really had something to say and had something to offer. And so the potential, the poetic potential within dance theater works, I think, is limitless. What I love about the Calgary arts community is that it is truly so welcoming. When an artist comes to Calgary or emerges through training, it's reason to celebrate and it's reason to be excited. In our current political climate, we could really use a few more artists. And so those who do come have commented that there's space. We're ready for artists, we're ready for art, and we're really ready to celebrate together. Because how else are we going to get through this? Let's make some art. One art form that inspires me beyond dance and theater is music, orchestral music, classical music. I think there's something so profound about the ideas offered and how they are woven into this texture, subtly adapted and enhanced, and the growth of that just gives me so much to feel and think about. In fact, the score for Know the Rules, Win the Game, created by Darren Young, is heavily inspired and influenced and drawn upon from Dvorak's New World Symphony. Now, in that work, Dvorak was subtly plucking ideas from other genres to weave into his own composition, and there was something about that idea and debate that really seemed to be cohesive to the artistic ideas we are exploring in Know the Rules, Win the Game. When I'm performing, I enter this really beautiful and fascinating brain space that's unlike anything else. I've often described it as riding that edge of the wave. And like, when I'm really feeling good about it, I forget what comes next. And I get to be so blissfully, joyfully within a moment and celebrating what that moment is. Whether it's tense or anger or joy, there is a delight, a playfulness to really feel it. And so that I'm riding that edge of, oh, I wish what would happen next is, and then the next line comes out. And it's that beautiful in-between of forgetting everything and then performing, digging in deeply. The inspiration for Know the Rules, Win the Game came from two main sources. The first was the Japanese clown, the Taiko Muchi, who had this really fascinating trajectory from being like a trusted political advisor for leaders in the political sense in Japan, and eventually became evolved or devolved perhaps into a male geisha. And so when we took that idea and then uh, smashed it together with our current political structures and systems, that was really exciting to ask who today are our emperors and who today are the clowns. And are there some that live together? That gave us a lot to go on, as you can imagine.